Many in India were surprised, even frustrated, when General Michael Kurilla, commander of the United States Central Command, recently praised Pakistan's Chief of Army Staff, General Asim Munir. To add to that, Munir was even hosted in Washington, reportedly including a meeting at the White House. This came as a shock to many Indians who have long viewed the United States, and even Israel, as natural allies in India's struggle against cross-border terrorism and tensions with Pakistan. So what's going on here? Has Indian diplomacy failed? Is this a betrayal? The Congress Party was quick to blame the government, calling it a failure of India's foreign policy. But in reality, there's more method than madness here, and certainly more history. Let's unpack it. First, we must understand a basic principle of international relations. There are no permanent friends or enemies, only permanent interests. Alliances in geopolitics are shaped by a complex web of factors: strategic needs, ideological alignments, economic dependencies, and security calculations. Back in the Cold War, India leaned toward the Soviet Union. Why? Primarily due to its ideological preference for non-alignment and socialism, and its opposition to Western imperialism. That nudged India closer to the USSR. The United States, meanwhile, was looking for allies to contain the spread of communism, not just in the USSR but also in China and increasingly in India. Pakistan was a geographically ideal partner, bordering the USSR, China, Iran, and India. Add to that Pakistan's willingness to join US-led military alliances like SEATO in 1954 and CENTO in 1955, and you get a strategic match. Now, many Indians think of Russia, the USSR's successor, as India's all-weather friend. But even that relationship had its rocky beginnings. Did you know? During the 1962 Sino-Indian War, while the USSR sympathized with India, it initially maintained neutrality and leaned slightly toward China due to its communist bloc loyalty. It was only after the Sino-Soviet split that the USSR decisively sided with India. On the flip side, during the 1971 India-Pakistan War, the U.S. sent the USS Enterprise into the Bay of Bengal, often cited as a show of intimidation against India. But few know that the U.S. also deployed USS Kitty Hawk, this time, reportedly to support India in case China opened a front in the northeast. Why? Because the U.S. was already entangled in the Cuban Missile Crisis, and a wider Asian war wasn't in their interest. This wasn't about loving or hating India, it was about managing global power balances. The same logic applies to Israel. India sees Israel as a trusted defense partner today, and that relationship is growing. But it's not because of ancient bonds. It's because both countries face similar threats, especially from Islamic extremism. However, once Israel resolves its issues with the Arab world, especially the Palestinians, its strategic need for alignment with India may evolve. Even Israeli PM Benjamin Netanyahu once remarked that Pakistan is not Israel's enemy and shouldn't behave like one. Indeed, during the 1980s, Israel and Pakistan both supported the US-backed Mujahideen in Afghanistan against the Soviets, albeit covertly. In fact, in more recent years, there have been allegations of covert cooperation between Pakistan and Israel on intelligence matters, especially when it suits both sides. One such example came in April 2024, when Iranian General Mohammad Reza Zahidi Bakri, a senior commander in the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, was killed in an Israeli airstrike in Syria. According to some intelligence leaks and speculative reports, Pakistan's military may have quietly facilitated the operation, possibly by relaying information either to Israel directly or through Western intermediaries. And this isn't where it stops. Rumors in regional intelligence circles suggest that Pakistan may offer the United States access to its military facilities for potential operations against Iran, if tensions continue to escalate. In return, Pakistan is reportedly eyeing economic and military incentives, including weapons, aid, and support for its fragile economy. Even more controversial, Pakistan may also allow U.S. access to mineral resources in Balochistan, a region rich in rare earth elements, copper, and lithium, all critical for global defense and tech supply chains. If true, it's a strategic goldmine for the West, and a geopolitical trade-off that could explain Washington's renewed warmth toward Pakistan's military leadership. Let's not forget the role of expectations. The US wants India to be a global partner, perhaps something like a democratic deputy in Asia. India wants a stable, strategic ally in the US. But unlike India, Pakistan is willing to play a transactional role, if the price is right. It has fought for and against US interests in different regions, sending troops to Afghanistan, backing Arab powers against Israel, or even turning on Iran if the payoff justifies it. Why? Because in Pakistan, most of these decisions are made by the military establishment, not constrained by democratic or electoral concerns. And that brings us back to General Asim Munir. He's not the first Pakistani general to be praised by Washington. He's the third. This isn't new. The US has always managed its South Asia policy through careful balancing, supporting China to counter the USSR, supporting Pakistan to counter India, and now using India to counter China. So before we jump to conclusions, remember, geopolitics isn't about loyalty. It's about leverage. It's not that the Western countries don't understand our problems. They do. But our problems no longer bother them. The right time to build a relationship based on counterterrorism was 20 years ago. But we missed that opportunity, bogged down in internal politics, indecision, and vote bank calculations. So now, when the US hosts Asim Munir, or when Germany sells air defense systems to Pakistan, we can't do much about it.
Please subscribe for more.